Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and give you the essential takeaways from some really interesting material.
That's the goal.
And today, we're diving into some ideas that honestly changed everything about how things get made globally.
Yeah, truly transformative stuff.
We're talking total quality management, Kaizen, just-in-time production.
Yeah.
You probably heard these terms.
Buzzwords sometimes, but deep concepts.
Exactly. So our mission today, let's unpack these manufacturing philosophies. Where did they come from? What are the core ideas? Some are pretty radical, actually.
Yeah, boy.
And crucially, how do they empower workers? How do they optimize processes? Things that were unthinkable before.
Right.
Consider this your shortcut to getting a real handle on these important business ideas. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
So first up, total quality management, TQM. Now, I know some people think, oh, that's just 80s business jargon,
Yeah.
fashionable back then.
I hear that a lot.
But I think that really sells it short.
Yeah.
So beyond the buzzword, what was TQM really about? Why was it such a big deal?
You're right. It's easy to dismiss it, but it was genuinely a huge philosophical shift. Fundamentally, TQM was about getting everybody involved, every single employee.
Everybody.
Yeah, in continuously improving quality. That sounds simple, but it was radical. Because before, quality was like some guy at the end of the line checking things.
What quality control department?
Exactly. TQM said, nope, quality is everyone's job. CEO down to the person tightening the bolts.
Okay.
And a key part of this was quality circles. These were basically small groups of workers, usually doing similar jobs,
Right.
who'd meet up regularly, voluntarily, to sort of identify problems, figure out solutions related to their work.
So like workers on the line suggesting a better layout.
Precisely. Not because a manager dictated it, but because they saw a better way to improve the product they were actually making.
Well, it sounds like a massive shift in trusting who actually knows best in certain situations.
It was. A complete reevaluation, really.
But if you're empowering everyone like that,
Yeah.
wasn't there a risk? I mean, I can just picture old school managers thinking, chaos, we'll get swamped with crazy ideas. How do they manage that?
That's a really important point because, look, it wasn't just unleashing random suggestions. What's fascinating here is that TQM understood, or at least the thinkers behind it, like Deming and Duran, understood
Okay.
that the people doing the work, they have this incredible practical knowledge. They know the flaws. They see the potential fixes.
The stuff you don't see from an office.
Exactly. So the key wasn't just asking for ideas. It was providing the tools, the structure those quality circles were part of that so employees could analyze things properly.
Ah, so there was training involved.
Yes, training to use data, propose solid solutions, test them out, measure if they worked. It challenged that whole top-down command structure, for sure.
Right.
But it did it with a method. It basically turned production workers into problem solvers and managers. Their job shifted to listening, facilitating, not just barking orders.
Okay, so TQM sets the stage. Quality is everyone's job, empower the workers, we get that.
Yeah.
But how are these improvements supposed to happen? Big bang redesigns or something else?
Definitely something else. TQM really championed gradual, step-by-step improvements, incremental changes.
Not waiting for some genius invention.
No, exactly. It was about finding small wins, making things a little bit better constantly, every single day. And that philosophy, that's basically what Kaizen is all about.
Kaizen, the Japanese term.
Right. It translates roughly as good change, but in this context, it means continuous improvement. It's this relentless, ongoing effort. It should be everywhere in the company.
Continuous improvement. Okay, that fits perfectly with TQM. But if you're always looking for these little improvements, where's the best place to actually find them? Are we talking strategy meetings or?
This brings up a really critical point. Foundational to Kaizen, really. You go to the gemba.
Gemba.
Yeah, Gemba. It's Japanese for the actual place, where the action happens.
So in manufacturing, the factory floor.
Exactly, the factory floor, where the product is being assembled, where the processes are running. The core idea is simple but powerful. The best improvements, they come from the people doing the work.
The ones who are right there.
Right there, day in, day out. They see the little glitches, the wasted movements, the potential tweaks that, honestly, no manager behind a desk is ever going to spot.
It really values their hands-on knowledge.
Totally. It makes them the main drivers of change, which, again, was a pretty radical shift in thinking about where innovation comes from.
I really like that go to the gemba. It feels so practical. Go see the reality. Okay, so let's pivot slightly. We've got the philosophy of TQM, the method of Kaizen. How did these ideas get baked into the actual process of making things? Which brings us to just-in-time, JIT,
Hmm.
another Japanese innovation, heavily linked to Toyota, right? And it's spread everywhere. How did JIT change the game, especially building on TQM and Kaizen? This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Oh, absolutely. JIT is a cornerstone of what we call lean production. The whole idea of lean is making things with the absolute minimum of everything: time, effort, materials, space, minimum waste.
Okay.
And it's just completely different from how things used to be done. Think about the old way. Make tons of parts, stick them in a warehouse, pull them out later.
Big batches,
Yeah.
lots of inventory sitting around.
Exactly. JIT just flips that on its head. Components, parts, they arrive or get made just in time, literally, right when they're needed for the next step, not before.
Wow. That sounds efficient, but also maybe a bit precarious.
It is efficient. It slashes inventory costs, frees up capital, makes the whole operation way more flexible.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right to sense the other side of it.
It seems like that employee empowerment from TQM and the continuous improvement focus of Kaizen. They're not just nice to haves for JIT, are they? They feel essential.
Totally essential. You nailed it. JIT requires empowerment because think about it. If you have no buffer stock, any little problem
Stops the whole line.
stops the whole line instantly. So employees, they have to be empowered, even expected, to fix problems right there, right then.
On the spot.
On the spot, the effective part. Machine acting up, address it now. You can't just pass the buck. And this leads to this crucial principle: done right first time, RFT.
RFT. Ooh.
It's not just about checking quality at the end. It's about designing the system so errors are ideally impossible or caught and fixed immediately. It forces this intense focus on every single step.
So it's a cultural shift from we'll fix mistakes later to
Perfection is the standard from the start. And that culture, that immediate problem solving right at the gemba, that's pure Kaizen in action.
that's a massive change. Done right first time as a baseline. But JIT? Minimal inventory, perfect timing.
It does sound fragile. We've all seen supply chains get disrupted lately. How does JIT cope with that? What are the vulnerabilities?
That's the big ongoing critique, isn't it? The efficiency is amazing, but yeah, no inventory means no cushion for shocks.
Like a pandemic or a ship getting stuck. Exactly.
Yeah.
Natural disasters, strikes, supplier issues. If one link breaks, the whole chain can seize up. So how do companies manage it? Well, they need incredibly strong, transparent, resilient relationships with their suppliers.
Right, not just transactional.
No, much deeper. Often means fewer highly reliable suppliers, maybe closer geographically, lots of shared information, sometimes even helping suppliers adopt lean methods themselves.
So it pushes the discipline down the chain.
It has to. It's a trade-off, really. You get huge efficiency gains, but you absolutely need that supply chain integrity.
Fascinating. Okay, so less waste, fewer defects, immediate fixes, tight supply chains. What does the actual factory look like under JIT? How does the work flow? I'm picturing something very organized, very different from, say, an old Ford plant.
You should picture something different. Very organized is right. JIT sees production as this smooth, continuous flow, sequential steps, not isolated tasks.
Logical layout.
Absolutely. Often you'll see U-shaped assembly lines designed to minimize how far people and parts have to move, reduce wasted motion. And like we said, the stock at each station, minimal. Just enough for the next few minutes or hours, maybe, because new stuff arrives exactly when it's needed. This whole setup, organized, continuous, super efficient, that's what we call flow production.
Flow production.
Yeah. And if you connect that to the big picture, the whole system is designed from the start to prevent waste, any kind of waste inventory, motion, waiting time, and just maximize that smooth flow. Every step adds value, no delays, no excess.
Okay, this has been great. We've walked through TQM, Kaizen, JIT. Distinct ideas, clearly, but wow, they really link together tightly, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
So let's try and synthesize this, pull it all together. What does it mean when you combine them? How did TQM, Kaizen, and JIT work together to create this, well, modern way of manufacturing? Yeah. And what was the lasting effect?
Yeah, they really do form a single, powerful vision. Think of it like this. TQM laid the philosophical groundwork. It established that commitment quality matters everywhere, everyone's involved. It made quality a core value, not just a department.
Got it. The why and the who.
Exactly. Then Kaizen provided the how, the method. How do we actually achieve that quality? Through continuous incremental improvements driven by the people at the gemba.
The engine for improvement.
Right. And then JIT, that took the philosophy and the method and built the system, the practical framework, lean production. It optimized resources, attacked waste relentlessly, and embedded that done-right first-time idea into the very fabric of the process, made it non-negotiable.
System, method, philosophy, all working together.
Precisely. And when you look at the big themes across all three, what jumps out?
Empowerment seems key.
Definitely. Employee empowerment, continuous improvement, that relentless drive, and just this ruthless elimination of waste and defects.
Right.
Together, these ideas completely changed global manufacturing. They shifted the focus from just churning out massive volumes the old mass production way towards being smart, flexible, high quality. Companies that got this, they gained huge advantages. Better products, faster, lower costs. They basically rewrote the rules for success.
It's amazing how these practical, almost shop floor ideas became so globally influential. And, listening to this, it strikes me, these principles aren't just about factories, are they?
Not all.
You could apply this thinking almost anywhere. Organizing your work, managing a project, even like personal habits. That cycle of observe, improve, make it flow.
Absolutely. The core ideas are incredibly versatile.
So we've taken quite the journey today through total quality management, Kaizen, just in time. Really foundational stuff. We've seen how powerful they were, how much they changed things, quality, efficiency, continuous improvement. It really shows the impact of clear thinking and, maybe most importantly, trusting the people doing the work.
It really does. And maybe a final thought to leave you with, something to chew on.
Okay.
These concepts, they weren't just about making better widgets, they fundamentally changed the role of the worker. And they changed the whole philosophy of how organizations learn and adapt. So think about that gemba principle, actively going to the place where things happen. How could you apply that in your work, in your life? Where's your gemba for understanding a challenge, observing it directly, and finding those small incremental ways to improve? It's a powerful lens, far beyond manufacturing.
That's a great challenge. Go find your gemba. Powerful stuff indeed. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
We'll catch you next time.